Hello, Internet. Again, it has been a while and I missed you, but exams. That's my entire reason for not blogging, combined with the post-exams I'm going to do nothing ever, period. And a brand new job. But I'm working at a bookstore, so books! So many books and a 25% discount. My life is good. But I'm actually going to talk to you about something that happened a while ago, when I was getting on the train to go to work at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Which, as you can imagine, is not my favorite thing to do in my scratchy polyester work shirt, knowing I'm going to spend the entire day working with a bunch of screaming kids at my non-bookstore job. But then I walked past a group of people in the train station, and one of the girls had a skirt on, which looked like it had Dalek bumps on it, and I kind of went, well, that's cool. And the chick next to her has, like, Dean from Supernatural, and one of them has an angel blade, and oh my god, there's a bunch of people in cosplay on my train station, and oh my god, they're coming up and getting on my train, and I'm following him into the carriage like someone who's not entirely creepy, maybe. And then it was awesome, because I kind of complimented the girl on her skirt. And they were from Tumblr. Like, I mean it. They were actually going to a Tumblr meetup in the city at 10. And it turned into the best train ride of my life. Because instead of sitting on the train listening to music and playing stupid games on my phone, or possibly reading a book, if I could sum up the brain power on a train to read a book, which sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, I spent the entire time fangirling, and I got given jelly babies in a paper bag. Like, would you like a jelly baby? And I got given fan art. Like, fan art. Where's my fan art? I'm gonna have to restart this blog because I can't find my fan art, and I want to show you. Oh wait, no. Ah! Fan art on a train. Look at the chibi doctor. Look how cute he is. Oh my god, look at Castiel. Look at Castiel. That's right. He loves hamburgers. That was my train ride to work. And I thought, like, this day can't get any better than fan art on a train, right? But that was my chair. Turns out it can, because I got to work. And one of the things about my non-bookstore job, which is bungee trampolines, is that if we're quiet, there's nothing to do. It's not the kind of job where you restock shelves or whatever. Your only purpose in being there is to work with customers, and if there's no customers, they don't need you. So frequently one of us gets sent home early. And I kind of went up to my manager that day and said, if anybody gets sent home early today, if we're quiet, me. Because there's a thing happening in town, and oh my god, I need it. Need it. And we were busy that day, so at 1 o'clock, I got to leave work, which is so much better than leaving at 5 and missing this entire thing. So I left, and on the train I had realized that there was a Nerdfighter gathering happening in Hyde Park, which was also where the Tumblr gathering was happening, so a couple of Nerdfighters already knew about it, but I grabbed my phone and posted on the page that, oh my god guys, Tumblr is going to be in the park today. You guys should meet them, because Nerdfighters and Tumblr people. The Venn diagram may not be a circle, but it's damn close. So I realized that I was in my nasty, scratchy polyester work shirt, which I had told you about before, and I went, I can't do random Nerdfighter stuff in the park when I'm wearing a work shirt, because as chilled out as that job may be, I don't like representing a company when I'm bouncing around with people screaming. So I went to Kinyakunya, and I bought a t-shirt which had Darwin's Origin of the Species. You'll see it at some point. I wear all my nerdy shirts on here. But it was an Origin of the Species shirt, and I'm many kinds of nerd, but biology nerd is one of them, so I kind of went, ha! Darwin. Perfect. And so dashed down to Hyde Park and walked in a circle and went, oh my god, I can't find them. They're nowhere near the fountain where they said they would be, and there's a bunch of groups but they're normal. I can tell from a distance they're not the right people because there's no one in cosplay and no one is wearing a fuzzy animal hat. I'm gonna miss out completely and I'm sad. And I'm just gonna look in this one corner before I leave and go home and oh my god, I found them! I was so excited. But it wasn't even the Nerdfighters and the Tumblr people had found each other, and I walked up when I was like 100 meters away. There were screams of, "Oh my god, Megan!" And about 10 Nerdfighters ran up towards me, and I was at the center of a group hug, which, if you've never experienced it, is both wonderful and terrifying, but mainly wonderful. Because it was just like, sometimes the Sydney Nerdfighter group, as much as I adore them, it's really big. So it's really easy to feel like you're just kind of one of a whole group of Nerdfighters to everyone. You're not kind of you, even though you are you. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, it's really easy to feel disassociated. Because you feel like you're just one of the Nerdfighters as opposed to people kind of recognizing you specifically. And when 100 meters away, when nobody even expected you to be there because they knew you were going to be at work, a bunch of these people who you really respect and care about notice you and run up towards you and give you the most massive group hug that you can't even breathe and kind of end up sinking out of the center of. It's just like, guys, I love you so much. But it was the strangest thing, because it was a day that literally started with me connecting with a bunch of people on the train who I had never met before. I didn't even follow any of their blogs at the time. I do now. And like just connecting on a level of fangirling for 45 minutes on the train and terrifying everyone else in the cabin. We were not quiet. I'm terribly sorry to anyone who's in that cabin with us because we were very excited. But doing that with total strangers, and then going to work, where it was just work people who I'm not even properly friends with, they're just people I work with, which is fine and very disassociated. Then diving back into not only connecting with total strangers at the Tumblr, with the Tumblr portion of the gathering who I'd never met before, but being reminded of how important the people in the Nerdfightaria that I know are to me. And it was just the best day ever. And it got bookended by me going home and jumping on Desert Bus, which is an insane online charity marathon of people who I've never met that I still feel kind of close to because I watch them for a week every year. I'll throw a link about Desert Bus in the doobly-doo, but this has gone on for a while, so I'll make another vlog about Desert Bus at some point. But it was just the most amazing day, because it was a day of me connecting with both totally random people who I had never met and people who I already had that I already cared about on a, I know, just being reminded that they actually knew me as opposed to me just being one of the Nerdfighters, which it sometimes feels like in a big group. And it was amazing. And guys, the internet, because I would have met none of these people if the internet didn't exist. And can we all just appreciate this insanity that everyone watching this is currently using? Because what we can do with this is so powerful and so amazing, and oh my god, it was the best day ever, and it wouldn't have ever happened if I didn't sit alone in my room and spend time on the internet. I never would have connected with these people. It's obtuse, but there you go. See you all later.